Macmillan Audio presents The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. Read for you by Katherine Kellgren.
That's my last Duchess painted on the wall. My Last Duchess, Robert Browning. The American girl has the advantage of her English sister in that she possesses all that the other lacks. Titled Americans, 1890. Chapter 1. The Hummingbird Man. Newport, Rhode Island, August, 1893. The visiting hour was almost over, so the hummingbird man encountered only the occasional carriage as he pushed his cart along the narrow strip of road between the mansions of Newport and the Atlantic Ocean. The ladies of Newport had left their cards early that afternoon, some to prepare for the last and most important ball of the season, others so they could at least appear to do so. The usual clatter and bustle of Bellevue Avenue had faded away, as the 400 rested in anticipation of the evening ahead, leaving behind only the steady beat of the waves breaking on the rocks below. The light was beginning to go, but the heat of the day still shimmered from the white limestone facades of the great houses that clustered along the cliffs like a collection of wedding cakes, each one vying with its neighbor to be the most gorgeous confection. But the hummingbird man, who wore a dusty tailcoat and a battered grey bowler in some shabby approximation of evening dress, did not stop to admire the veranda at the breakers, or the turrets of Beaulieu, or the Rhinelander fountains that could be glimpsed through the yew hedges and gilded gates. He continued along the road, whistling and clicking to his charges in their black-shrouded cages, so that they should hear a familiar noise on their last journey. His destination was the French chateau just before the point, the largest and most elaborate creation on a street of superlatives, Sans Souci, the summer cottage of the Cash family. The Union flag was flying from one tower, the Cash family emblem from the other. He stopped at the gatehouse, and the porter pointed him to the stable entrance half a mile away. As he walked to the other side of the grounds, orange lights were beginning to puncture the pale marble twilight as footmen walked through the house and the grounds, lighting Chinese lanterns in amber silk shades. Just as he turned past the terrace, he was dazzled by a low shaft of light from the dying sun refracted by the long windows of the ballroom. In the Hall of Mirrors, which visitors who had been to Versailles pronounced even more spectacular than the original, Mrs. Cash, who had sent out 800 invitations for the ball that night, was looking at herself reflected into infinity. She tapped her foot, waiting impatiently for the sun to disappear, so that they could see the full effect of her costume. Mr. Reinhardt stood by, sweat dripping from his brow, perhaps more sweat than the heat warranted. "So I just press this rubber valve, and the whole thing will illuminate?" "Yes, indeed, Mrs. Cash. You just grasp the bulb firmly, and all the lights will sparkle with a truly celestial effect. If I could just remind you that the moment must be short-lived. The batteries are cumbersome, and I have only put as many on the gown as is compatible with fluid movement." "How long have I got, Mr. Reinhardt?" "Very hard to say, but probably no more than 5 minutes. Any longer, and I cannot guarantee your safety." But Mrs. Cash was not listening. Limits were of no interest to her. The pink evening glow was fading into darkness. It was time. She gripped the rubber bulb with her left hand and heard a slight crackle as light tripped through the 120 light bulbs on her dress and the 50 in her diadem. It was as if a firework had been set off in the mirrored ballroom. As she turned round slowly, she was reminded of the yachts in Newport Harbor, illuminated for the recent visit of the German Emperor. The back...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?